Now, I don't know if you heard, but Travis Kelce was talking a little bit about his plans after football.
Yeah.
He said maybe Hollywood's calling. Maybe I can do some other things. You've done it better than probably 99% of the athletes who try to make that transition. What do you think his chances are in Hollywood, and what kind of future do you see for him in the space?
I wouldn't bet against Travis Kelce. And I'll tell you why. Even though he doesn't have much experience at all in the world of Hollywood and acting and things like that, and that's okay. And the reason why I say I wouldn't bet against Travis, as I wouldn't bet against any successful athlete, especially at a professional level, because as I've always felt, is they take that same discipline that they apply to make it in their sport, and they apply it here. So the ones that do that, you find that are the ones that make it. So I wouldn't bet against it.
If he called you up and said, "Can we do a buddy cop film? Can we do something action film? Would you be in for that with him?"
Well, I mean, it all depends.
He's gonna make you audition.
It all depends. Break out the guitar. Let me see what kind of voice you have. We'll bring in Taylor, then we'll sing. I'll sing in keys that don't exist.
Come on. Now, we know you're multifaceted. You're doing WrestleMania, but we know that football's in your DNA as well. We're here at the Super Bowl. Are you staying for the game on Sunday, and who are you rooting for?
Not staying for the game. No. I got to get back home to Mama and my bosses, my little bosses. I got to get back home because it's time for Daddy to tag in, as we say in wrestling, because Mama's handling it all right now. I'm not staying for the game, but who am I going for? Yeah. It's a tough one. I was born in the Bay Area.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I was born in the Bay Area. It's hard to bet against KC.
Yeah. I was going to say, we've never had a disagreement, Dwayne. But we might.
Right now?
We're about to have a disagreement.
Aren't you from that way?
I'm from Kansas. I'm from Missouri. I'm from down the street from Kansas City. So
see?
I was born and bred a Chiefs
So you were ready to jump on me.
You saw me.
I did.
Bay Area?
Yeah, huh?
No, it is hard to bet against those guys.
Who do you have?
Well, I mean, Kansas City all day.
Yes.
2 touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
I'm not playing.
The disrespect.
I don't play around.
The disrespect.
The most electrifying man in entertainment.
It's been nearly a decade. And so you have fans of WWE, they're excited, but they're thinking, why now? Why would he come back now?
Yeah, number one, why is very simple, Nischelle, is that I love it. I love what I do. I love this world of wrestling. I love pro wrestling. I was born into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I will always be a pro wrestler at heart and in attitude, too, as well. I'll drop elbows on these fools around here. I'm good at twisting.
We know you will.
Do it.
We know you will.
But also, it was a great opportunity when we started talking about there's a potential chance that the company WWE was going to get bought by TKO. Is there a version of, then I was asked to join the board, and then that escalated into other thoughts and other decisions. And I thought, well, if all this is happening, why don't we try to create the biggest WrestleMania of all time, fingers crossed, with the biggest match of all time?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
And so everyone said that. Like, your response was, yes, we can. Let's go for it.
All right, so is it going to be you and Roman in the ring together? And the question is, I've heard you say, like, yeah, it's my cousin. Is it your cousin? You know how we say cousin. Is it your cousin or your cousin?
No, it goes way back with our grandfathers, yes. And, but it's like Samoans and Polynesians, we're all related. All Samoans are cousins.
Roman talks a little stuff about the ring, though, with you. Like, he's not.
He don't play.
No, he does not.
No.
So what are you bringing with him?
What am I going to bring with Roman?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to beat his ass. What I'm going to have to do. That's terrible. Because I'm going to get the text after he watches this.
Yep.
Oh, is that right? You're going to beat my
Yep. You mentioned that you've joined the board of WWE's parent company, TKO. You're doing so much more with WWE. What do you think your father would think about everything that you're giving back to the sport right now?
I think my dad would have never, ever imagined anything like this, and my grandfather, too, as well. And I think I took a little visit on the day that I took the board appointment in New York City. We opened up the stock exchange that morning, which was awesome. I said to WWE President and CEO Nick Khan, I said, hey, let's go down to Stamford, and I want to see everybody face-to-face at the Stamford WWE HQ. Just so I could see them, say thank you, and let's bring in the future.
Yeah.
Right? Let's go to work. Let's build more mountain. I walked around that entire facility. Their offices are incredible. I've never been there before. Memorabilia everywhere. Nischelle, it is insane. Triple H was showing me around. He goes, hey, I got one more thing to show you. We went downstairs, and you see on the wall these pictures of these wrestlers, classy Freddie Blassie, Bob Backlund, Buddy Rogers. And he goes, oh, look at that one. And over in the corner is this incredibly well-lit picture, black and white, of my dad and Tony Atlas, the day they made history and became the first black tag team champions of WWE.
Gave me goosebumps.
Michelle, I had never seen that picture before, and I was so choked up. The cameras were around, and I'm like, oh, don't cry. Don't do it. But I was really so moved.
Yeah.
So to bring it back around to your question, I in that moment, I thought, man, they were wrestling in a field house back then, and wrestling has changed. And my dad just made history, and the bumps and the bruises and the sacrifices that he made and that all those guys made to this day. Now we're talking about the biggest WrestleMania of all time, and the company signs a $5 billion deal with Netflix. It's just incredible. I'm so grateful for the work that he put in and the ground that he laid, my grandfather and all the other wrestlers, but also I'm so grateful to come back in this capacity, that I could come back and give to this business and give to the men and women in that locker room and try and do my little part to do this with everything and create greater opportunities for all of them. It's the greatest thing in the world. So I'm so grateful.
You did break some other news, just in the last day. You've got a sequel to Moana coming out later this year.
Yeah, it's
and
very
then you're
exciting.
also doing the live action. So on both sides of that, first of all, the sequel to Moana.
Yeah.
I mean, how excited are you to continue the story?
So exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait for fans to see the film, the technology, the effects, cutting edge, and we all really went for it.
Yeah.
We thought, if we're going to make a sequel to something so beloved, let's really go for it, because you also have the benefit and the beauty of the ocean. And in Moana, as you and everyone around the world knows, the ocean is alive. And so when the ocean has a heartbeat and a pulse, that's just a whole different thing. So can't wait. All new music, which we're excited about.
Oh, come on.
And also excited that we're going to start shooting the live action Moana this year too.
What
as
does
well.
that look like in your head? Because I'm trying to figure out in my head, what is that live action going to actually look like?
I think it's going to be, the scale should be beautiful, and I think hopefully the performances, knock on wood, are going to be okay. The music, Lin-Manuel Miranda is coming back. We're doing the music. Tommy Kail is our director, who directed Hamilton. Yeah, well, that's the hope. You put everybody together, and you want to put the best team together, and then you really go for it. So one of the exciting things about that was actually finding our Moana, and how exciting that has been in the global search to find our Moana, which between you and I, we found her. I'm not going to tell you yet.
I was going to say, is it
Yeah,
amazing?
look at all the publicists right now.
Don't say anything, Dwayne.
Very exciting.
I love that. I love that, and congratulations on everything. The fans have already lost their minds, because it looks like the date for the sequel Moana might coincide with Wicked, so they're thinking this year's Barbenheimer is going to be Moana and Wicked. It could be a Mo-Wicked.
Mo-Wicked.
Mo-Wicked
There
together.
you go.
That's what
I love
the
it.
fans are already
What
ready
can
for.
I say
See?
except you're welcome? Now, what's the song from Wicked?
So then, and they would say popular.
Ooh, what can I say except
Popular.
hey?